Good morning, students. This is my second video after class test 1. In this video, you will know about operating system. Students, you all are familiar with operating system. See, operating system is a software which acts as an interface between the user and computer hardware. If you have to talk to hardware, then how you can talk? Talk means you have to give instruction. Then you have to take help of operating system. Every computer have at least one OS. If OS is not available in your PC, you cannot be able to run your application software like your MS Word, MS Excel, Adobe Reader, whatever. Now, the next part is needs for an operating system. Why we need operating system? You see, operating system is a software which manages and controls the entire set of resources and effectively utilize every part of a computer. You all are knowing. Then why we need an operating system? You can see it. By picture, it is clearly understood. Hardware and users are there. Multiple users. User 1, user 2, user 3, user 4. So if you have to interact, then who is there? OS is there. Using the OS, user 1 can communicate with the hardware. So that is why I already said OS is mandatory in your PC. Now, next part, that is functions of operating system. Now, you see here, an operating system has a variety of functions to perform. Some of the prominent functions of an OS can be broadly classified into many ways. First of all, I am going to discuss processor management. Yes, this deals with the management of the CPU. The OS takes care of the allotment of CPU time to different processes. That means whenever you have given an instruction to the computer, CPU has its allotment of time. And as per that, it works. And when the work gets completed, then CPU let the other one to work. And that is called as scheduling. Next one, device management. You know, device management is what? That means a management who is going to drive your device. The operating system communicates with the hardware and the attached devices like other devices like your keyboard, mouse, whatever. So here OS is responsible to communicate your hardware with all the attached devices, and it also maintains a balance between them and the CPU. This is all the more important because the CPU processing speed is much higher. Listen, my dear, when you just compare the processing speed, yes, anyhow, your CPU processing speed is much higher than all whatever you have, your input-output devices. Next one is the memory management. Now you can see the definition. In a computer, both the CPU and the input-output devices interact with the memory. When a program needs to be executed, it is loaded, yes, onto the main memory till the execution is completed. Listen, my dear, if I am opening any application, my dear, application software, yes, obviously it will go to the main memory. Yes, and it will remain there unless my execution is not completed. And once my execution gets completed, what will happen? Yes, your memory will be free and now you can go for the other application program. Now, next one is file management. Yes, you must have heard about the FAT. That is file allocation table. It is related with that one. The OS manages the files, folders, and directory systems on a computer. Any data on a computer is stored in the form of files. You know it. Either it is the MS Word file, Excel file, whatever. And OS keeps information about all of them using FAT. Yes, FAT I already said, file allocation table. And file allocation table, if I say, then it contains many informations like your file name. Yes, which type of file it is, TXT, yes, it is binary, it is whichever the type of file it is. Even the size also is stored. Yes, starting address also. Access mode, that means index ways. Yes, it's so. The file manager of the operating system helps to create, edit, copy, allocate memory to the files, and also, my dear, update the FATs. Yes, that means if a file is created, your file management helps you to edit it also, to copy it. These all work are done by the help of file management. Next one is command interpreter. You know, command interpreter is the part of a computer operating system which executes commands that are entered by you, my dear, even by the help of program. Next one is user interface. You must be knowing, my dear, if I am talking about the user interface, there are two types of user interface. First one is CUI, another one is GUI. One CUI is character user interface. You know, already MS-DOS you have done it. That is CUI, where you have the character interface, my dear. And next one is GUI, that is graphical user interface. That means you have an interface, graphics interface by which you can interact. That's why your Windows operating system is easier as compared to MS-DOS, because in MS-DOS each and everything you have to learn, but in Windows you are having an interface. Yes, and it helps you to understand each and everything very nicely. And regarding the security, next one is the security. You know, you want, yes, my system should be secure. Yes, how you can secure? By giving the password. Understood? So here you see the definition. It manages all the programs and applications on the computer. Being the control center of the computer, its role in the overall security of a system is paramount. Computer security is basically the maintenance of system integrity, availability, and the confidentiality. So confidentially, you can know it, my dear. My informations should be anyhow encrypted, should be protected using the password. Now, the next topic is internal structure of an OS. Now, you can see, yes, in the diagram, kernel is there, API, file system, device driver, and hardware devices are there. So, first of all, I am going to discuss kernel. What is kernel? It is a program, my dear. In other way, you can say this is the heart and core of an OS. So whenever you start your computer, first of all, kernel is the first program that is loaded, and kernel has to handle the rest of the thing of the operating system. Kernel has to handle the rest of the thing of the system for the OS. The kernel remains in the memory until the OS is shut down. That means that this is my first program. It is anyhow to be loaded and it should be handled. Yes, the rest of the thing that is done by the OS. But listen, my dear, whenever your system is on, kernel remain there in the memory, and as you shut down, it gets removed from there. Now, next one is API, Application Program Interface. Listen, my dear, it is a code that allows two software programs to communicate with each other. An API defines the correct way for a developer to request services from an operating system or other applications and expose data within different contexts and across multiple channels. Yes, I hope API is clear. This is the easiest topic, my dear, and as you are knowing about the API. Now, next one is a file system. Now, listen, my dear. Yes, you see the definition, my dear. Whenever you are having your file system, it means a file will be indexed or structured. Yes, in a systematic way. Understood? Yes, the file may have attributes like name, creator, date, type, and permissions. Yes, if you want to know about more about the file system, you just click right mouse button and go in properties. Everything will be there. Who is the name? Yes, created the file. Understood? From which PC you did it? What is the date when it was made? Yes, what is the type, which type of file it is? Yes, what is the size of the file? Even the permission also. Even you are in a network and you want to give permission to a selective group. Yes, that also you can do it. Now, next one is the device driver. As you know, device driver means what? A driver who is going to, yes, monitoring of all your devices and handle it, and whenever it is used, yes, it implements on that one. Yes, here you can see it, more commonly known as a driver, a device driver, or hardware driver, is a group of files that enable one or more hardware devices to communicate with the computer's operating system. Without driver, the computer would not be able to send and receive data correctly to hardware devices. I am giving one example of printer. You don't think that when I purchase the printer, I will connect it to my PC and it will work. No, my dear. Your printer should be driven by someone. Who is that? Device driver. So first of all, anyhow, you have to install the printer software. And once it is installed, then OS will know how to drive your printer. Now, the next one is types of operating systems. Now, you are having different types of operating system. Understood? I'm not talking about your Android, Windows, Linux. I'm talking about the types of operating system. First one is batch operating system. You know what is a batch? Yes, even in your classes also you have the batches. Same here also. First batch, second batch, third. Whatever the jobs that are taken by the OS, you can see in the diagram, my dear. Yes, there is job 1, job 2, job 3. Yes, when it is sent to the OS, just OS converts these all jobs into batches. You see, batch 1, batch 2, batch 3. And as per that, first of all, it's sorted. And as per that, it gives request to the CPU to process it. The best example is your bank system. Next one is time sharing operating system. Now, here by the definition, you can understand it that it is talking about time sharing, how the time is going to be shared. You see, each task is given some time to execute so that all the tasks works smoothly. Each user gets time of CPU as they use single system. These systems are known as multitasking. The task can be from single user or different users also. The time that each task gets to execute is called quantum. After this time interval is over, OS switches to the next task. Now you see, I'm having an operating system and I'm just going to run these 3 applications. First, Word, emails, and web browser. Yes, first of all, when I'm using MS Word work, even email also and web browser, these all 3 works will be taken, but there will be time sharing for each and every, yes, file. And as per that, the CPU, yes, request and process it. Listen, my dear, there is certain time given. And according to that, anyhow, that work has to be completed so that the other task can be performed by the CPU. Now, distributed OS. Now, this type of operating system is a recent advancement in the world of computer technology and are being widely accepted all over the world, and that too with a great pace. The major benefit of working with this type of operating system is that it is always possible that one user can access the file or software which are not actually present on his system but on some other systems connected within this network. Yeah, this is called remote access, my dear. Now think about, suppose I'm in a network and I have to open MS Word, but MS Office is not available in my PC. Using the server, if server is having MS Office, yes, using that platform, using that application software, I can be able to open MS Word. Even software is available in my PC or no, it doesn't matter. But a file must be there. Using that MS Office that is available in the server, using that, I can be able to open MS Word. The best example is locus it is given. Now you can see in the diagram also. Yes, your OS, what it is doing, my dear. It is sharing your CPU, disk, memory. Even your data, your hard disk is totally full, my dear, and you want my data to be stored. You can use your server. Now, network operating system, it is just linked with that one. Now, here what happens, your one PC just behave as a server and it has right. Understood? That means it can have many things. Your server can have printer, scanner, whatever. But if any user, workstation wants to interact, then he or she must get permission from the OS. Understood? Via the server. And if server allows that you are the genuine person through the password, then you can have sharing of these all things which are connected with the server. Now, real-time operating system is what? Real-time operating systems are used when there are time requirements and very strict. That means anyhow, if I have given 10 seconds, anyhow, that has to be, yes, anyhow executed. If it is not executed, then what happens? It just gives the other job to execute. Like in your missile system also, you have a target. Within 10 seconds, you have to target that one. And if it is not able to target that area, what happens? Yes, whatever the planning that you have, that will be failed. Even launching your satellite, there also you have real-time operating system. Within that, if it is reach over there, then okay. Otherwise, whatever the work that you have done, that all will be failed, my dear. So, now, the next topic is some commonly used operating system. Now, here I am going to discuss all those operating systems. But some of the operating systems I will discuss, my dear. Now, you see, my dear, first one is Android OS. Everyone is knowing. It is used in our, smartphone, tablet. Without this OS, already I explained you, without this OS, your applications will never work. Either that application is in your smartphone, on your desktop, or it is in your laptop. Now, BOS is also an operating system, but it is free operating system. Understood? We can use this one in our PC, my dear, and it supports many languages like Hindi, English, Tamil, Telugu, Sanskrit, Urdu. Many are there, my dear. Linux is also, an operating system. Understood? We can use this one in our mobiles also, tablets also, notebooks, PCs, desktop that I am saying, laptops also. Now, Unix is also an operating, but generally Unix we are using in networking, my dear, for multitasking. Understood? For giving facilities to many users, even for time sharing also. Now, even you are knowing about the Windows operating system. This is the popular operating system, my dear, which we are using nowadays. Because using this operating system, yes, your work becomes easier, because as I already discussed before, your MS DOS was also an operating system, but there you have to learn everything. But without the help of any person, you can be able to tackle your Windows operating system. You can be able to do all such work, yes, with the operating system. Now I hope I have completed my topics, my dear. Yes, thank you very much.